empowered is your team to make decisions without you? Let's join Luci Turhune as we dive into her business and learn from her as she's experienced this recently. Now let's jump into the conversation.
This is the Stage Your Boss podcast from StageYourBoss.com with the founder of HSRA, Jana Uselton. The Home Staging and Redesign Association is a group of like-minded professionals dedicated to revolutionizing the real estate industry by making a difference in the lives and businesses of home stagers and redesigners everywhere. Join us as we talk to the best of the best in this industry from all over the world and hear how they are using their training and experience to make a difference in the clients they serve. If you are a real estate industry expert looking for better ways to market and sell properties, join us for this podcast series.
Hello, it's Jana with HSRA. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. I am privileged to be here with Miss Luci. How are you, Miss Luci?
I'm doing great, Jana. Doing wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Doing awesome. Well, I'm glad that we are able to talk today. I'm excited. We have the Home Staging Success Seminar, or our Home Staging Summit. We've got lots of seminars coming up, but I know we have our big annual event, and you are going to be coming all the way to Dallas here in a few months, and you're going to be sitting on some expert panels. So how excited are you?
Really excited. I look forward to this every year. I make sure to carve out the time in my schedule. Last year I brought some team members. This year they're holding down the fort, so they're not coming this year, but I'm very excited as usual. It's a great event, and really I'm so glad that the numbers keep getting bigger and more people are finding out about it because there's just so much value there.
Well, I'm excited to have you part of our leadership team, our board of advisors, as well as our expert panels. And I know you're going to be speaking on three in particular. And one cool thing about our summit is that we are going to have a whole different room just for our team. And your team got to experience that last year. This year, you're going to be sitting on a panel, talking about why we as bosses can be a little stressed out sometimes. We're not perfect, but hopefully they can understand from our perspective, what kind of gets on our plate and the things that we work with and work out either in front of them or behind the scenes, and then also how they can contribute and help on a different level. So tell me a little bit about that session and some key takeaways you think.
Yes, well, it's interesting because we're going through some things right now where I've needed to step away, a good amount of the time. And I have an amazing team, a small team, but an amazing team. And, they've just lately really proven to me how invaluable they are to me. I will bring up something that has to be addressed and they're already on it. And sometimes it's not actually their job per se. Like we have our junior warehouse guy, and it's amazing what he's doing. And it's not even part of his job description, but just knowing what the need is, he just steps right in and he takes care of it and takes it off my plate. So, there's just so many different things that go on that they're not aware of, and they don't necessarily need to know all those things, but there is a level of stress on a good day, never mind on a bad day, when it's really, and I find that empowering them to just really, I think what it is sometimes they're afraid to step forward. They're afraid to make suggestions because if they're an assistant and that's not in their role description, they don't want to really overstep. And I found that with my own employees, that once you appreciate what they did, and even if it's not exactly 100% like what you would have done, I thank them. I'm grateful for what they have done, and they have shown me how much they really care about the business running as smoothly as possible. And as business owners, we're very aware of the people that are doing that. And those are the people that do get promoted. Those are the people that don't stay in those positions very long. And they think that maybe we're not noticing it, but I, for one, definitely notice all those things. And I'm saving it up because when it's review time, I'm going to remember all these different things. And I'm going to say, you know, she just took it upon herself to do this, this, and this when she wasn't asked to do. So, you know, I think it's hard to know, you know, really, should I be suggesting that? But I personally like that.
Mhm.
You know?
Well, we're all in this together. And what, you know, one thing about small business owners is many times we didn't even sign up to be a business owner. We literally signed up to do a job, to provide a service. And then all of a sudden, you know, the business kind of grows beyond our means, and we have to add to the team, we have to add value. And then all of a sudden we're, you know, trying to manage people and having to step out of the doing, which isn't necessarily the fun part. Sometimes we would rather be in the doing. It's a lot easier. It's, you know, you can have something done, you can have instant gratification. But I think, like, to your points, I mean, having a team that can step in, and you do notice the ones who not only step in, but step up and take some of those stresses, you know, the burden of business is invaluable. So I know that's going to be an incredible session with you guys.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Another great session is something that you have, again, had experience in, and that is building it and they will come. You know, whenever you're thinking about building a business and creating clients for life, creating relationships, so important. And you've got a great success story that, you know, I think it transitioned, and as you transitioned into this industry, and you kind of let go of the good to get to the great, and that it's wonderful. So cannot wait for that session. You're going to be joined. I've got my notes here. You're going to also be joined with Miss Carol Morgan, of course, Barbara, and Linda. So that you guys are going to do a great job in really talking about your transitioning into the business, talking about great client care. How would you say that this experience has been, knowing the transition you've been through?
The transition from my previous career?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Well, it's been a long journey. It's been many years. I was in a business as a hairdresser and colorist that you were dealing with clients, very personal, one-on-one. So I had a strength there that a lot of people don't have. I wasn't working in an office. I was working behind a chair, and those are very personal relationships. So that was an easy thing for me to deal with the clients. As the business got busier and we grew, and yes, it grew very quickly, you can no longer handle the clients yourself. So I have somebody else that does that, who actually, although she came from a very different background, is very good at that aspect of it. Everyone always rather speak to her than me, which I actually like. And she's just very warm and just connects with them right away. So I think that's like really important, that I think when they're calling, you know, and just speaking to someone with a flat voice, doesn't really have much passion, doesn't really show much interest in their project, it's not helpful. And, you know, my, office manager, Marianne, she's wonderful. She makes them feel like they're the only ones that we are taking care of that week. And I think that's important to keep in mind. You know, how do you make them feel special? How do you make them feel like you're giving them something that someone else is not? And, you know, lots of times that's what she'll do, as at the end of the call to close the deal, is she'll, you know, they'll say, well, I forgot to mention the half bath downstairs, and we have that covered at, you know, no additional charge. She makes them feel like she went out of her way. So I think I'll be able to share a lot of what we do and how we handle and treat our clients, so they feel special.
Mm-hmm.
And some tips even from my previous career of, you know, have that one person in your chair and she's like client number 8. But how do you feel like it's just not another person and it's all about her? So, you know, I'm excited to talk about that because that's something I know a lot about.
Yes, that's good. And it is a gift. And I think it can be developed as well. So when you find your core team that is servicing your clients and connecting with them in this world of technology.
Right.
It's definitely a gift. So that's going to be a huge session that I cannot wait for. And then, of course, you're going to be talking about inventory. Inventory, it's growing. How do we secure ways to creative ways to secure and store and protect as we have day-to-day businesses? I can speak from experience. The way that we initially had our inventory set in place is not the way that we do business. In fact, we change consistently. We are in continuous improvement. So I don't think it's a one and done. Somebody thinks, well, I've sat through an inventory session before. No, we're going to be coming with new creative ways that we're all growing to, that we've all implemented, and I think it's going to be huge. I know you guys just stepped into your warehouse, and you did an incredible tour for our New York Success Seminar. And it's just amazing to see all of the knowledge coming together and really creating a think tank on best practices. So what are you looking forward to sharing some of those highlights in this session?
Well, it's interesting. This is year, I guess it'll be 10 years in March that we've been in business. We've only carried inventory for 3. So the inventory thing, well, close to 4 now, is sort of new for me. So I went from having the garage to having the 2 garages, to having the storage units, to having a 1,500 square foot warehouse, then 3,500. Now we're at 6,100. And we have it really looks like a warehouse. You've seen it. But, it's constantly changing. And as I employ people, like I have a couple people that we hired that came up with their own ideas. Like, why do you do it this way? And we were like, oh, because it works that way. And just, again, it goes back to that, what you were talking about as an employee, what can you bring? What can you bring to the team and show your value? And Kyle was like, I think this would work better. And he's absolutely right. You're constantly changing and streamlining and doing different things. And I think the best thing about going to this conference is speaking with other stagers. Mm-hmm. And I always tell everybody, sit with someone that is at your level or above. Mm-hmm. I love just sitting and speaking to the newbies and speaking to everyone, and I'm happy to do it. But I always like to sit with people that are at my level or above, because I am like, this is what I'm struggling with. And sometimes you have that aha moment, like, why didn't we think of that? And you're going to pick up a lot of these tips, not only from the panel, because we have a lot to offer. And and I can share some of the things that we do that I don't think a lot of other people are doing. But it's just speaking with the other people in the room there to find out the same thing, and I think it's just amazing, the knowledge in that room, and just the passion for organizing chairs and whatnot. We've learned a thing or two. And even just this past summer, as we were running out of some space, we changed some things. So I'm excited to share those.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of takeaways, and the environment that we try to create in all of our events that we have throughout the year is the think tank. It's the learning. It's the ironing, sharpening iron, being able to contribute and add value, as well as that continuous learning. That we haven't arrived. That we Model My Home are still growing. They're building a new art, and just upgrading our art area as we speak. And it's just something that allows us to, contribute to each other. And we're not keeping our ideas secret because we feel like it's a scarcity mentality. No, we're here to, fast track people. And I think it's going to be just great. So I'm excited you're going to be here.
Me
Cannot
too.
wait.
Me too. I can't wait. I can't wait. Love going to Dallas. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, very good. And I know that with, the people that I would say that need to be in the room as well, the large room with us are those that are either you have a team or you want to eventually grow to a team. That's who's attracted to HSRA. And when we say, well, what's different about our events versus other events, which is amazing that we go to our other events, we're members of other associations, and we're so thankful for those relationships. And we feel like that we are mighty whenever we can get into a room with like to like mindset of now taking business to a next level when it comes to serving our clients and being able to provide, jobs and possibly as business owners, continuing to work ourselves into a passive income role, that because we're growing our team, we start doing, and then we start with the managing and the coaching and training, and then all of a sudden we become a true business owner, meaning that we can take a vacation, we can go off to conferences, and we are still the company is still making money. We are a good steward of the resources that we have provided, that our company has.
I could not agree more. And I tell everyone when they ask me what's different about HSRA, and I mean this, completely mean it, that because I did do something else for 32 years. I know I'm old. and I happened to be very good at it. I was very successful at it, still to this day, people are like, oh, you're not there anymore. But I lost my passion for that. And I've always been, I'm lucky, I'm a creative person, and I've always wanted to just love what I do. So, by taking that leap from what I used to do, to this, it was scary, and I needed resources, of how to get to the next level. I still need them. We're a team of 6. We have a big warehouse. We do anywhere from 3 to 7 stages a week, so. But again, I feel like I need to go for myself, not only to share with others and help them that are maybe behind me, but also sit with those people that are at my level or above me that they can help me. I walk away with tremendous value as well. And I always credit HSRA. You're there to help us grow to the next level. So by investing in this conference and going to Dallas, it's going to change your business. Your business is going to grow. So be ready for that, because if you build it, they will come.
There you go. That's it. Well, we are so appreciative of you, Luci, and can't wait to see you in a few weeks here, a few months.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, right? So cannot wait, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Blessings to you and your family.
Thank you so much, Jan. I'll see you soon.
All right. Sounds
Bye.
great. Bye.